Back to school time for some tri-state students this week, but this morning, instead of focusing on the kids, we are going to focus on the parents. Pat Baird is a registered dietitian joining me now with ways to help parents help their children stay healthy. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I want to start with a couple of statistics, that you mentioned to me earlier.
Yes.
Is it right? 1 in 3 children are overweight?
Yes.
I mean, that's astounding.
It's really scary. And, you know, being overweight is not just about food, it's about lifestyle. And that's what we want to talk about this morning, is different lifestyle behaviors, activities, sleep, food, that parents are really key in influencing kids' behaviors. We call it role modeling. So since parents are in charge of most of the food planning, the very first thing that parents can do is use My Plate.
Okay,
and
so you have 4 steps, and this is the first one.
This is the first one.
So what is My Plate?
My Plate is the visual representation of the dietary guidelines, and it tells you at a glance that half of the plate should be fruits and vegetables with smaller portions of protein and carbohydrate and a glass of milk. So this is a way of ensuring that we get vitamins, minerals, fiber, etc. The second thing is to have breakfast every single day.
The most important meal of the day. We hear that over and over.
And it really is, because we know that people who eat breakfast, kids or adults, weigh less, they perform better at work or at school, and there's a whole host of health benefits. It can be anything from a yogurt and a banana to a half a turkey sandwich, depending on how hungry you are. The one thing you want to do is be careful of fats at breakfast. So whether it's a bagel or a waffle, use a soft spread like Country Crock. No cholesterol, 70% less saturated fat than butter, and a good way for the whole family to be healthy.
And the third thing you've mentioned is sleep. And I was really surprised when I read this, because adults 7 to 9 hours, I would be happy if I could average half that.
I know. But you want to know something? There's real magic in these numbers, because again, we know that adults who get 7 to 9 hours, kids should have 10 to 12, perform better at work or at school, have less accidents, they have lower rates of heart disease, their weight is better. And what parents really need to be careful about is electronics. No texting under the sheets for the kids.
I was going to say, are we talking about parents or kids?
Both.
And lastly, real quick, we're running out of time. So the fourth is you have some great apps.
There are
there's an app for that.
Yes, and we have them at the website for the show. And the other thing is, teach your kids to use their cell phone cameras as a food diary. Is take a picture of everything you eat during the day, and then at night review it and talk about some ways to make healthy changes.
All right, well, great advice for both parents and children. Pat Baird, thank you very much for joining us here this morning. We appreciate it.